So, Mr. Biggs, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Gosar, for holding this hearing. Thank you to your wonderful staff and the committee staff for putting this on. They've done a great job organizing and setting this up. And to my colleagues, I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful to the community here and the city of Goodyear for their willingness to host this. So, I've introduced a piece of legislation called the Federal Land Freedom Act, which would allow states to voluntarily take on permitting for projects on federal lands within their state boundaries. And I think that Congress needs to do more to ensure that the legislative branch takes back its oversight authority and its regulatory authority to rein in the out-of-control bureaucracy, the executive branch, and the court-ordered, the judiciary itself with its out-of-control orders that are being manipulated by groups who don't want to see mineral development and extraction. It's necessary if we're going to remain a strong economy and if we're going to go down in history as a self-immolating country, or whether we're going to hold it together and become once again a free and prosperous nation. Minerals are critical to virtually everything. And now let me give you an example. I'll start with you, Mr. Cabrera. An electric vehicle, how much more copper is necessary to go into an electric vehicle than just a traditional internal combustion automobile?
Mr. Chair, Representative Gosar, on average, an electric vehicle contains 4 times the amount of copper as a traditional internal combustion engine. And
when was the last time the U.S. was the world's copper manufacturing leader?
Chairman Gosar, Representative...
You don't have to go through the chair in Congress. You're used to the state legislature.
Thank you. I know that in the 1980s we were a global leader in copper production.
Now who's number one?
We're not even in the top 10. Today it's China by far.
And that's a constant theme that we're going to see as we go through here today is that the U.S., an incredibly blessed nation minerally, has ceded it to China. So let's go to you, Mr. Harrell. I want to emphasize some of the things that you talked about. How reliant are we? So USGS says we're reliant on critical minerals. I want to know, give us those numbers again that you gave us.
Yep, absolutely. I can repeat those. But over 31 of the 50 critical minerals that USGS has identified as quote-unquote critical were over 50% reliant, and another 12 were 100% reliant.
So 40, what is that, 43 out of 50 critical minerals listed, we're reliant either wholly or more than 50% on 43 of those, right? So the other thing about that is I want to know here, who is supplying the vast majority of critical minerals to the world?
China. China is particularly on 30 of 50 of those.
Yeah. So when we get to China and we start looking at it, we have a massive critical problem because they control the supply chain on so much of everything. Let's go here next to Mr. Witta. I want to talk to you about rare earth elements, right? So the last mine I was tracking was several years ago, trying to open up rare earth element production. They got swamped by bureaucracy. Couldn't do it. Tell me what dangers we have because our bureaucracy is stifling rare earth element development.
Well, first of all, America is the safest and cleanest mining and refining in the world.
Absolutely.
That's got to be first and foremost. I have a property that I've had since about 2005 in Arizona that has all 16 rare earth elements on it, as well as yttrium and scandium. I would walk into the BLM office and they would say, "We can talk about anything today, Craig, but rare earth elements," because they don't want to see me get this into production. It's actually more hazardous to leave it on the ground because with every rain you get percolation of these elements going to the aquifers. It's almost a cleanup. And it's something that we could benefit with all 16 rare earth elements
And
as
we,
well as scandium.
and as you pointed out, we have to have rare earth elements to do
Everything.
just about, yeah, cell phones, et cetera. And I want to thank the chairman again for allowing me time. I apologize to everyone that I have to go, but this is really an important and critical hearing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding it. Now yield back.
I thank the gentleman. The gentleman, or gentlewoman from Phoenix, Ms. Lesko, has been recognized for 5 minutes.